Last time we were talking about we're gonna do a small exercise with the random users API and make a list of cards for React. And basically this is just to kind of get like used to doing React, and then we're gonna make the directories. I put a complete folder in here to kind of like put how we're gonna put the project, and we'll just build on this for a while. I'm just gonna like copy it and put it in lesson 4, but this is the base project of how we should structure the React projects. I'm sure there are more directories we may add, but you definitely need components, config, pages, routes, services, and utilities. So little explanation, components will be little pieces of our Lego blocks, UI blocks. Config will be like server URL, language of the app, and all that kind of stuff. Um, Pages will be our pages. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Routes will hold pages. Services will be our API calls. And utilities will be small utility functions that we'll build out, like make unique, so you get rid of duplicates, um find key and object. We do some algorithm for that. I'll show you guys. And cool. So today we're gonna just do a little exercise, and then we're gonna start our React project. And thank you guys for being here. And last time I think we made the request, and then in the use effect, we made a make request function. We hit this URL and we got 10 results. We will use React Query later. Lesson 3. We're already here. What is the command? Oh, what? Cat package.json. Let's see, dev. That and good. Localhost 5173. All right, so we have a hello world here. That's going to be this this div and this h1 here. Div meaning like container, and h1 meaning header 1. There's a 1 through 6, and 1 is the biggest, and then all the way to 6 it gets smaller and smaller. And you'll see in the console here, you'll see our API request getting hit right there. And that's this console log here on line 8, and this make request. Cool. All good? All right. So here, for the new people, I'm just gonna delete this file, and then we're gonna redo it, just so I can explain doing it real quick. So the first thing we're gonna need is I always like to put my imports, like my tools that I'm gonna use. So if I save right now, it's gonna break this whole thing, I think. Right? Yeah. All right. So this is the app.tsx file. That's what's getting rendered by the main.tsx. App gets exported from app.tsx, and then it gets put in strict mode. Strict mode will make you everything like render twice, but it's all good. It's only in development. But let's go to app.tsx. And I know that I'm gonna need use effect and use state inside of here. So those are the tools that I'll use. So these are little functions that come from React, right? You can there are ways to import it. There's no wrong way. You can do like star as React, and then you can pick them off like this. Ah, but it's more comfortable just to do it all in one line up here. So use effect, use state. So use effect is something like it takes advantage of a side effect inside of JavaScript. As the file runs or renders, it calls the function, and then it protects it so it doesn't get called every single time. And use state will hold data. I think use state is just like a variable that has a rule to change the redeclare the variable. I sent a video about what's under the hood. So let's yeah. It's just a variable, and then it gives you another variable that another method that can redeclare that variable. And it protects that variable on every single render change. So here, what I want to do, I think the correct way is like const app equals this, and then we can return div h1 hello world. And then in the bottom, we can export default default. And we have not used use effect or use state yet. So if I go back, it's going to say hello world. So that's how React kind of renders it through this. It's called JSX. So those are always like if you're returning JSX from a file or like just HTML from a file, you want to put an X at the end of the file name. So like if it's just a service call or like a utility function, you probably do not want the X. It will work, but it's just a good way to like get a first glance of the project and see, okay, the ones that are TSX or JSX are the ones that return UI. So here, the first thing I'll do is I'm just gonna keep everything in this file. There's an API called randomuser.me, randomuser.me/API. So this gives like a random user. Let's take a look. So it has keys, it has a results, and then that's an array. And then right now I'm only asking for one because I didn't add a parameter, but it gives a key of gender, name, location, email, login, date of birth, registered ID, and it's a pretty big object about a user. What else? Oh, if you guys are wondering what extension this is JSON View. I find it very useful inside of Chrome. And it helps look at like this, or else it's gonna look like this, which is not pretty to look at, in my opinion. All right, so let's just put it up here. Const BP equals, let's call it here. Can you guys see it fine? Minnie? Can't hear you.
Yeah, it looks like everyone can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's call it random user EP. And this is called screaming case or all caps. And you usually use the screaming case whenever it's a constant variable. It's not going to change. So we're gonna stick this it's usually in a different file, but today we're just for this exercise, let's just put it in one file. So I don't have to switch around. There is a package I would like to use called Axios. And this is the Axios npm, and the way you install it is npm install Axios. And there are different package managers, but we're gonna stick with what is it called? npm, the original. So npm install Axios. All right, cool. Let me see here. Let's just start a little readme. Exercise. Whoops. I'm gonna use that for HTTP request. Show you guys how to use that in a second. What do we want to do? One hit random user API with parameter results 10. And we'll make that number dynamic to show results in UI. Mm, That random hard. Mm, mm, all right. So these are the lists. This is the task I'll go through. So first, we'll hit the random users API with the parameter of results 10. So that meaning here, there's a results equals 10. And you can get 10 results back, or however many you want, right? So that's what I mean by dynamic. Well, if I want 3, I can get 3 more. And show results on UI sets, and then we'll make a state with called random users. We'll make a random user card to display this data, and we'll make a button to call more. And we'll make a button to remove that random user card from our UI. So let's get it. Let's get to it. So the first thing I would like to do is import Axios from Axios. Let's do something. Axios. Well, it's for TypeScript. Let's just have this guy open too. Okay, so fast. So we're gonna have a const count, set count. Pull that use state of 10. And JavaScript or TypeScript can infer that it's only going to be a number. So if I ever want to, like, let's say set count to like a string, it's gonna give me a argument of type string is not assignable to a parameter type of set state action number. So that's what TypeScript will do. It can only stay as a number. But it's good to kind of just document your code whenever you can. So I just like to kind of just put a number here. And that's how you do it in TypeScript. You do like these greater than and less than signs. And then you put the type that you want to use in here. Like if you wanted to use null as well, you could put like a or, and you could start off at null. But we're gonna just stick it at a number. Now, save. Now use states red line goes away. And then if I want to display that count, I could use like a p tag and break out of the JSX to inject JavaScript. And then there, I see a 10 here. Everyone can see that 10? Very small. Actually, that's H2. All right, it's 10. And we can say count. Count. And then if I made a button or an input, and then I do value equals count, and then on change equals, and then that's the event, and that's going to set count to event b of target value. Give me a second, and then let's do type equals number. Then if I change the number, it'll change the state as well, because each time I'm on change, it's setting the count here. So let's see this TypeScript error. Argument of type string is not assignable. Okay, let's wrap it in a number. So cool. So now we got a little counter thing going on. So let's make a button real quick. This is our And so this will control how many random users we get from random users. Yeah. All right. So maybe next to the button, let's just put a span here. So the difference between span and div is span takes up the least amount of space it can, and div is block, display block, so it'll take up the whole width of whatever you're putting in. So those are two different display types, block and inline. Let's call it get. So now we have a get button right next to the input. All right, now let's do an on click. And then let's do this. Const get random users handler.
We got
And
4 more people who joined.
oh, nice. Hello. Thanks for joining. So today we're doing a we're doing a little React exercise. We're working with use effect and use state. Here I'm gonna make an async function, and that just makes it so that it handles everything line by line whenever I put await in front of it. So here I'm just gonna console.log get random users. Whoops. And here I just press get, it'll make the request, or it'll make the function call. So now, because we have Axios in here, I'm going to make an Axios instance. So I'm going to make random users API equals axios.create. Let's go look at the documentation. Axios base URL. Axios.create, and then it has base URL. We could set the defaults. But I like to do it like this. So we can have many different APIs. So the difference between setting the defaults is if in here I set axios.defaults.base URL equals random users EP. Every time I use Axios, it's going to use so if I put axios.get slash, just put a slash, const res equals await, and then I console.log res. Yeah, it'll automatically kind of in the network at the just using Axios, it'll set the random user.me API, so you don't have to like put it every single time. So you'll see in the headers, you'll see that it did call the random user.me.api because I set the default space URL, the configurations of Axios instance. But what I like to do more than that is one second. I like to make an instance. So random users API equals, and then axios.create base URL, and then I'll put that as the random user EP. Whoops. P, I'll put headers, content type, application, JSON. And then this way, I think this looks a little bit prettier. If I say const res equals await random users API, dot get. So console.log res equals res. It'll be the same thing. Refresh, get, and that way I can have many Axios instances. And I see a response here. Cool. So from here, we're going to put in some options. So I think it's params. And I've hit this bug a lot, like in post, the option is just the object body, but here you have to put a params. And then we'll put results equals to count. So now if I refresh, I should have 10 in the array. And we'll make another request. If I put 20, get, the new res should have 20. Cool. And just to make sure that it's working, just give me a second. Go here. See the response. Just leave it at that. All right. I know that the results are inside of .data.results, and that's all I really care about. So I'm gonna just pick off const. This is how you can do it. Data results equals res. And this would pick off data, and then from data, it picks off results. And then if I console.log results, get, and I only get the results object back. But this is dangerous, they say, because if it breaks, you might crash your code. So it is good to use optional chaining. So I will say random users results equals res. And then I know data is going to be in there every single time. But who knows if results is going to be there because it's something out of our control. And then if that's not there, I'll equal to an empty array. So this is called optional chaining. And then let's check if it works.
Oh, Phil, there's a question.
Okay, 1 second.
Sure.
Let me just typing this. All right. Let me see the Zoom. How do I open the chat?
There should be like a chat like on the tab. I can read it to you if you want.
Yeah, could you read it to me? Yeah, can you read it to me?
Yeah, so
Oh no, I found it. I found it.
okay, you found it? Okay.
Wait, no, I found team chats. Sorry, dude.
It's okay.
Where is it? Because I'm sharing my screen, so I lost the
There should
tab.
be like a thing, like some module somewhere.
I see it here. I see the chat here. All right. No, you do not. I have a bigger. Wait, so Axios lets you grab a random user more than once? Yes, Axios will let you. It's just it's a wrapper for fetch, or I think it's more a wrapper for the XHR, new XHR, but it's just you can use this request as many times as you want. So I just like Axios because it lets you kind of make the HTTP request a little easier than before. Because I think before, right? When I first started learning coding, it was UXHR XML request. So XHR stood for XML HTTP request. And you had to make these it was a little pain in the butt, but you'd have to send you'd have to make this new XML HTTP request and then listen to the add event listener and then on load. You'd have to make these listeners. I'm just looking for a good one.
It's much less code.
Every single request took what 7 lines of code. So on ready state change, and then only if the ready state was 4 and the status was 200, then you would do something inside of this. And then you'd have to wrap it in a promise and then resolve it. And it was just a pain in the butt. But Axios came out, and it's much easier to kind of use Axios than write all this code. And then Fetch came out, and Fetch is pretty easy, but I'm used to Axios. And Axios, you can make it's just a wrapper, so you can call it as many times as you want, and it's much easier to use. I think it comes from XML HTTP request, but then there was something called jQuery. Have you guys heard of jQuery? Anyways, jQuery got very popular back in I don't remember, like PHP times. And basically the reason why a lot of people use jQuery is you could put like $ dot Ajax, and then you put like method get. If I do a Google search here, yeah, it'll show me. You can put like $ dot get, and it would be very easy, but that's like kind of like where Axios was born from, because that's why a lot of people use jQuery, because it was just a super easy way to make a request, and then Axios kind of made it his own library. Like, because jQuery was like a bunch of stuff, right? Like slide in animations, document element selectors, and all that kind of stuff. But I think, yeah, I mean, whenever I can, I use Axios. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with Axios. Um, I'll just show you guys an example of which is better, which one is better, Fetch or Axios. There are pros and cons or specific use cases for those. I think they all do the same thing, like, to be honest. But on Fetch, you have to make one more extra step and await on the JSON promise to turn it into JSON. But Axios, it does everything behind the scenes for you, because usually you're getting JSON back anyways. So, but Fetch's pro is that it's just built into JavaScript, so you don't have to install a dependency. But Axios is pretty good. And there's a new one that I wanted to try. It's called KY. It's KY npm. It's super small, and it's used for benefits over plain fetch. It's I think a lot of people are using this now in like Deno or Dino and stuff like that, but it's supposed to be very, very simple. So I might change over to this one. It has like almost 2 million weekly downloads. And let's just check the Axios npm. Axios npm has like, oh, it dwarfs it. 52.5 million weekly downloads. I think it's pretty safe to go with Axios.
Axios
My
is king.
Yeah, and it's just easy. But I have seen a lot of people use KY. Cool. Let me just go back here. All right. And oh, I was gonna show you guys like an example of maybe a way you'd use Axios. Sorry. Oops. Where are you? SRC? Oh, get bigger. CD services. CD API. What is cat index.ts? No. First second code. This is my code at my old company. So this is my client here. API Axios has something called interceptors. I'm sure Fetch does too, but on every single request, you could kind of do things that you do redundantly, like over and over again. Like basically, like if you're using a JWT token, you could try to get the token and put it inside of every single header, because the token changes. And then you can use an interceptor, so it's like a middleware for your Axios to kind of what is this? Like handle the expired token, so you get a new token. So like if that happens, you can try and like recall the request. So I always put in like a what is this? A recursive function. So if the token is expired, I try to retry the request, and then I return the API client on the original request again to kind of like I don't know if that's big enough here to retry the request if it's if it's an expired token. So this is the kind of steps you go through. And then I just put a wrapper around the API so it makes it easy to use. But pretty good. I like using this. Anyways, sorry about that tangent. Let's go back to finishing our random users thing. All right. Good. Sometimes Mac is so annoying. All right, there we go. I can see why you do not like Mac Mini.
Yeah, dude. It's hard to get used to.
And they like add these new features all the time that like it's kind of hard. Yeah.
Morelli asked quickly, have you use SWR?
Use SW is that coming from Next or like one of those new things? I've heard of something like that. Oh, could you zoom in? Oh, no, not your bad, but I have not. But I think I've heard of something like that. Let's look here, I'll look it up after the lesson because I'm trying to get through it real quick. But no, I've not used it, but I think it's something to do with like the new way to do it. But oh wait, no, I have heard of it. React hooks for data fetching. Okay. This looks interesting. Is it kind of like React Query? 10 stack? Really? Okay. I'll take a look. But I've been using React Query a lot more than anything because I used to use Redux Toolkit, but then I switched over to React Query and it was a lot easier, my opinion. That answer your question? All right. I'm gonna move on. All right. So we have the random users results. So we do need some kind of state, right? I'm just gonna comment this code real quick. State variables here. All right. And I like to kind of like put comments of like where my things will go because I don't like to put like state here and state on the bottom and stuff like that because it gets kind of messy. So I'll probably put like state variables on top of my file, then like hooks on the next part, and then handlers on the next part, and then the JSX. That's kind of how I structure my components. So here, const we'll call it results, set results equals use state, and we'll start off at null. And then JavaScript is always going to infer that it's null. All right. Let's get this type. Well, let's make a type. All right. It's gonna take a long time. All right. We're gonna break the rules a little bit. We're gonna put any. And then I'll show you guys how to make the type later. All right, now you get the thing back. Oh, but it's an array, so it's any array for now, or null. Any you're not allowed to use, but we're gonna use it here. Or what if we use unknown? Now set random or set results to random users results. And then here, under here, we don't need these guys anymore. We just put a pre and JSON.stringify on results, and only if results is not null. So if it's a truthy value, right? If I get, we'll see the results on the screen. Let's make it a little more beautiful. All right. So these are some options you can pass into JSON Stringify to make it look a little bit prettier. So now we see our results on the screen. Cool. So we have a dynamic caller. We did that one, show results on UI. We set the state of array. Now we need to make a random user card. Let's kind of see this data. And I'd also like to so I'd always like to add. So whatever results was before, and I'd add the random user's results. And just started an empty array. Only if results.length. Null. Always gonna be an array. TypeScript gets kind of annoying sometimes. Yeah, and let's do that. All right. Results.length. Okay. So cool. And then if we, so there's like 10 here. What I did just now is it'll always add it. So if you spread the past other results with the new results, you will see Miss Zoe Mitchell, and she won't go away, and we'll add 10 more on the bottom. So right now it's Antonia Herrero, and then we'll get 10 more, and the bottom guy will be Emi Kari. All right, so now we're adding them. So now there should be 30 on the screen. So let's make sure that's true by putting some kind of p tag, p tag, and then that's gonna be results. Oops. Maybe results, and then this, and then results.length. Yeah. We see 30 results. We click it again, 40 results. Click it again, 50 results.
We got a question from
Okay.
Mustafa.
Mustafa, what does useState number and useState unknown null do? Oh, I took the null out, but they're just TypeScript typecasting the states. So like if I put useState number, I'm not allowed to put any other kind of data type in there. So if I actually put like set count to like string, it'll tell me, the JavaScript will kind of tell me argument of type string is not assignable to type parameter of type set state action number. And I only put unknown here because this is quite a large object, and I don't want to make the whole type thing for here. I'll leave that guys to you. But basically you'd put like a type of gender, string, name, as an object with title first last. It's kind of I'm make an algorithm to make it very fast, but okay. Is that does that answer your question?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
How do I make it so I can switch over to Zoom so I don't see I have to see your face, dude? I just need this guy. Just pop this out too. All right. Oh, here. Cool. I'll put this here. That's easy. Right? Yeah. Let's put here. It's awesome. Yeah, that makes it. Also, can you explain line 26 and 28? So on line 26, we made the here, making request here, and then here we know that Axios response here has it's a definition from Axios. So it has data, status text, headers, config, request. So we know that it has data in there. And then from our request, when we look at it, when we open it up and we look at the network here. Anyways, it has something called results inside of the data. So I would like to pick off results from the API. And I'm putting the question mark here. It's optional. So in case something wrong happens, like result is not there, then it would default to the empty array. And then on line 30, or it used to be 28, is we're setting the results state variable, because that's the rule of JavaScript, React, to use the set results callback to kind of set the new results. Does that answer your question? Fonts. Adding on the new results. Read it. Cool. So now we have this page, but maybe zero will go away. Usually zero is like false, but it's saying that's something. All right, so if it doesn't equal zero, then we display the results. So we do this, we get 20 results. Amazing. All right. Then after we do the get, maybe we should bring it back to 10. So after we do the get random users results, we will set count back to 10, the default one. Let's refresh. Let's say that we want 23 more. We'll get it and then it'll put it back to 10. That's what we'll do right now. Now, we probably want some kind of result before we click on the button. So let's make use of the use effect. So we have our get random users. All right. We need a reference to it. So I think we have to, can I do it here? Use effect. Get random. Gonna let me? Ooh, look at this. Going like crazy. I think it needs the empty array. All right. Let's think about something. I think it's fine. All right. So when we first come in, we have a results of 10, and then we say, hey, get more. We get 20. All right. Cool. Yeah, that's some dumb TypeScript stuff. We'll just cheat at ts.ignore. Am I not allowed to do that? All right. Okay. Anyways. Now we need to make the random user card. So what do we know about this guy? We know the gender, we know the name, we know the location, their address, we know their email, date of birth. All right, let's make some kind of, what props do we want to use? Let's put this at the bottom. Here we are. So const random, let's call it random user card. This is a component that will make it. These, trust me, these should be in different files and stuff, but we're gonna keep it into one file for the sake of the exercise. Hello, George Daniel. How are you? So let's think about what we're gonna need here. Let's do interface I random user card. Actually, let's just put in a different file. Never mind. Let's not do that. Do we want them in separate files just for organizing? We do want them in separate files, but actually this isn't the project that we're going to actually do. This is just kind of showing you guys React for now. So I want to keep it all in one file because I don't want to like hop around. And then we're gonna set up the project for next time. And I thought this random users API was interesting to work with because it's making a request, getting the array, and then we can kind of display it. So we do want it in different files, separate files later on. Random users card. Then we'll put an interface I random user card. And then say that we want this guy to have gender. And I think gender will only be male. No, I don't want to. I don't want to say. I'll just put it as a string. All right. And name. Let's put full name, and that's going to be a string. Location. Let's put address, and the address can be a string as well. But we're in the string. We'll use. Let me see here. We'll use something at location dot street dot number. Whoops. Street dot number. Concatenate location dot street dot name, and then we'll put a comma, and then the city and state and country, I guess. Okay. So location dot city plus location dot state plus location dot country. And then for full name, we'll do something like name dot title plus name dot first plus name dot last. Here, we'll just do gender. And we put the full name, the gender, the address. Let's put their email. String, email, and let's see, their age. DOB dot. It's going to be a number, and that's going to be DOB dot age. And then let's put their cell. Well, let's actually do this. Let's do contact info, and we'll put another interface here. Contact info, and then that's going to hold the email as a string, and then their cell as a string as well. And then contact info will equal contact info. Now let's just make a type real quick. All right. So, and then inside of there, there'll be an email. Stuff. And then last but not least, we'll put a picture. These are all the data that we're gonna need, and I'm gonna use a choose medium. So that's gonna be a string. Choose or picture dot medium. So here, say the type that we're gonna put is iRandomUserCard. This guy is going to need gender, full name, address, email, age, contact info, and picture. And TypeScript really helps with this kind of like getting props and all this kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna put from here, put a div. And we'll put just put them all in p tags so we know we're getting them fast. All right, so gender, full name, address. Oof, a lot of typing. You guys understand the interface from TypeScript? So interface is just kind of putting the types to the props that I'm going to put, and interface. I don't know. Like interface usually comes from like C#, I think. TypeScript kind of adopted and but they used to. Oh crap. How do I get out of this? Let's how do I get out of uncommitted changes. Let's save, close it, reopen it. Anyways, and they usually put an I in front, but people don't do that recently anymore. Like people will put like random user card interface, but I like to still put the I, and people would understand that that's a type. And the difference between type and interface can only be an object, but type can actually be primitive values too. So a good way you put like a type is let's see here. Don't want to get let's see. All right, let's just for sakes, let's just put the interface is not like a map method. It's just type. It's just typecasting your object. So if I put type equals type gender equals and when it comes in, it could only be maybe male, female, trans, or not answered or something. And then I could put gender here, and then whenever I go to gender, it can only be these values. But I'm gonna delete that real quick. Yeah. I'm just gonna put it as a string then. All right. So where did I miss my random user card? Oof. Wait. Where am I missing my
Get rid
bam?
of the tab on the side
There we go.
to make it
Hmm?
the folder structure. Maybe like just push that a little bit to the
Oh,
left
okay, but here you go.
for viewing purposes. Yeah.
All right. Um, the address, email. iRandom user card is designed, but it's never used. Why is it telling me that it's cannot return? I don't know. Can you guys find the why it's yelling at me? Typo iRand user card. They're same, but
Hmm.
I don't know. We'll find it. It's, all right. Age. Maybe just because it's not used yet.
Maybe.
Well, computer does not lie, so we have to find it in a second. Sure. I would put this in a different file usually, maybe.
Oh, you didn't put it in app maybe?
What?
Oh, never mind. No, never
I mean,
mind.
I don't need that, but I think I just messed it up somewhere. I have a typo somewhere. This I understand this one. Okay. I think I missed some kind of like parenthesis or something. Yes. And then what's that in there? Oh, put it on the outside.
Oh, okay. All right. Put it outside of
Yeah, I put it outside.
the curly braces.
Yeah, and this is just a tab error, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap. And then I'll just grab this element right here. There you go. Yeah. Contact info is not assignable to type node. What? Oh, right.
Capital. Oh,
All right. So now inside of the results, we can get rid of this pre right here. And then maybe we can do okay. If results.length doesn't equal 0, whoops. And and then we're gonna need some kind of container here. We're gonna random users container. Here we can do the results.map. So this is the power of the array method map, and then we can take result. Wait, we're gonna type result any index number, and we're gonna I'll just update that. All right, put this guy inside. So we'll return div, and this will hold the JSON.stringify on result dot null 2, and it's going to need a key. So put random user card at index, and then maybe we'll put the email too. Results. Yeah. So now we see a bunch of cards. This is a card. That's a card. And we can tell that it's different elements. Because if I put a style, I put like a border with 1, border style solid, border color black. They're all different cards here. All right. So now we need to pick off the pieces of data that we need. So let me think. Comment that guy out. Random user card. And then here we said we're gonna give gender. And then that's gonna come from result.gender. Just copy paste what we need to get here. Put it in the interface. So next is a full name. And obviously the TypeScript will catch this and is saying, hey, it's missing some of these props that I said need to be there. And you can put optional props if you put a question mark in the interface. Like if I put question marks all here, these are all optional props then. But to complete our card, we're gonna not need them to be optional. And then our red line will go away on the bottom. Somewhere. Yes. Here. If I save now, we'll have a bunch of genders on here. All right. Okay. So, but I think we want them all to be required. So let's just get rid of those guys. All right. And where am I? All right, here we are. So full name will be we're gonna put a string template, and that's going to be, to make this a little easier, we can pick these off here actually. We know that we're gonna need the gender, we're gonna need the name, we're gonna need location, we're going to need email, we're gonna need DOB, we're going to need email and cell, and we're going to need picture. And then that's gonna come off of result. And we just put the gender in here. It said name dot title, name dot first, name dot last, and the full name. That's done. Address equals. Are the comments from the object being read? How does the computer know to match the props to the specific information from them? The comment? No, the comments are not being read. I just put the comments for myself, but the interface is matching the object, whatever I'm passing, the props, gender, full name, address, email, age, to it's saying that, hey, these props need these keys to kind of be a valid for the JSX that I'm creating. So that's kind of what's going on here. Does that answer your question? Because I don't, maybe are the comments from the object being read? First question, no. How does the computer know to match the props to the specific information from the object? And that's what TypeScript is doing for me. That's what the interface is for. Is that okay? Okay. All right, now here we are. Let's go back to the address. And I'm gonna bring that to my screen. I think you referenced email already. Did I reference email already? Oh, I did. Good catch, Jaden. Did I make a type in the email? No, right? Oh, I messed up. We put it in the contact info. Good catch. So an address, we'll make another string template. This is going to be location dot street number, location dot street name, location dot city, location dot state, and then I should put a comma, location dot country. And then we said the age, oops, will be DOB.age. And we put contact info, and that's going to be the email and cell. And the picture will be picture, right? Are we good? And the any we'll fix later. We just have to. It's a big object, so I don't want to put the type to it yet. And then in a map, you're always gonna need a key. So it's good to kind of make a unique key. So let's just put like random user card minus, and then like index dot toString, and then put another one. And I think there's a UUID inside of here somewhere. Let's check it out. Response. Login UUID. If I save. Whoa. Console. Objects are not valid. Oh, where's the object that's coming in? Let's see here. Picture. Here. Gotta put picture dot medium. There we go. So now we have this kind of card. Let's just put a border around it real quick. Where is it? Here. Style equals border width 1, border style, solid, border color. I have to go. Thanks so much for answering the question. Thank you for being here. All right, so now we have each of these cards, and we kind of create the UI accordingly, right? So if we have an image, I honestly think the image should be like the first thing. So let's just put image src equals picture and alt. That'll be like random user picture. There. Let's just get rid of that guy. Save it. We're gonna put a height and width on it. Height equals 250. Width equals 50. And now we have an image here. You get the point. Style, and then we can just like border width 1, border style, solid, border color. White maybe. Oh, it's white or gray. Lighter gray? No. All right, border radius. If it's 50, I think the circle is 25, right? So let's do like this. So now it's like a nice little circle. And then in the random user card, maybe we can put a little padding inside to like, I don't know, like 10. It'll bring it off the edge. Margin. I think there's margin horizontal, margin vertical. Is there? No. Margin bottom. Let's just equal that to like 3 so they don't like touch each other. And border radius to, I don't know, like 2. Kind of make it a little bit circular. Do a margin left to 3 so it's not touching the side. And then underneath, maybe we can put the name under there. Maybe we could put it by the picture. So span idea and whoops, wait. Is the image a block? Would I put like display inline? Okay. Do not know how to put the name there. Put it inside. I guess I cannot do that. All right. How do I put the image? How do I put the name on the side? I don't know.
Oh,
Do you know?
oh yeah. So just make a div, I think, instead of span, and then flex it. Flex that.
Like
Yeah, both of them.
this,
Yeah.
and then put like style flex,
On
style
the div, yeah.
display
Remember.
flex. Dude, I don't do this CSS stuff. Okay, good
There it
job.
is. Yeah, there it
All right,
is.
there we go. Oh, dude, you're amazing, amazing. All right, all right. Let's just put a little margin right. I'm like, this isn't the best CSS or anything. I'm just doing it real quick. And every single time I hot reload it, the use effect is going. So let me just refresh 10. And then actually I don't even know if we need gender to be honest, but let's put a comma and like his age next to there. I think that's
Hmm.
a little bit better. Like let's do this real quick. Uh, Full name and then a comma, and then we can put age here. And then this, I think that's a little bit better. And let's put the gender here too. Uh, Gender. It's more usable. So now we have Mr. Ballinder Chatterjee, age 31 and male. All right, and we have his address. We can get rid of his age here. And then we have something I wanted to do with the contact stuff. So let's put two buttons. So if I press the button for email, it should open my email thing. We're gonna use mail too. So let's make like a little span here. Your little and then we'll put two buttons. Button times two, and then email, and then call. So we have two buttons. And then if you want to email this guy, you could do on click. Actually, can we just do it to anchor tags? It's easier. And then kind of that would be amazing.
That'd be
Um
pretty cool.
yeah, because I'm just gonna set it a little bit just to and then maybe I can see their creations. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, it'd be cool if you guys like CSS this a little bit and then play around with the code and then maybe post it in the JavaScript free course chat room so people can see it as well.
Yeah,
See what you can do.
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Style. Let's do this margin left. We'll put like 10 here. Dude, what is going on, dude?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to separate these two
Oh,
things.
I think you have to uh
Here, let's just do a BR here.
BR.
All right, that's
There you go.
there we go. Dude. All right, href, um, href, and then this is going to be mail to at. We need string templating. Mail to, and then that's going to be on the contact info dot. And then DC TypeScript gave me the props inside. That's pretty cool. And then so now if I press the email, it should open up my thing to their email. You guys see it says Asnate. I don't know who that is, to be honest. Um, oof, this. All right, and then I think the call mistake, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's tell. So you do tell dot and then contact info dot sell. And then that's should give us the so now it's open FaceTime. It's gonna try to call the person. So we have an email and a call button. That's pretty cool. All right, now I want to make a search bar actually, but it's been an hour and a half. But here, let's do one more feature. Let's be able to remove one. So let's go back to the README. We made a random user card, make a button to call and more. We did that one, and then we said that we're gonna make a button to remove from list. So let's do that one. And then I want to kind of show you guys a little hack to kind of search this quick. If you guys have enough time, you guys can leave early if you guys need to, but we have a nice little app here now. Uh we want to put the remove button on the bottom of the call or something. So button, remove. Now it's going next to it. Oh my goodness. Why I hate CSS, dude. All right, let's put that. I think anchor tags are kind of like hard to work with a little bit. Maybe we should just keep them as buttons and then put a function like window.location or something. But basically we'll put a button here. That's style equals display flex. And then justify content to I think flex n, right? And I'll put the remove on the right side. I think that's okay. All right, and then we'll put the remove button, and then the button should be like red. I think it's background color. Style, background color, red, and color should be white usually. It's like a stop sign. All right, so remove button is here. If I click on this, should console.log. Whoops. This is like the best CSS I've done all year. Just kidding. But, so here's a remove button happening here. So now we got to implement the remove. So let's take advantage of the what are we sending here? We could take advantage of email, or we could take advantage and use filter. And I'll show you guys two methods. I'll show you the email because the email will be a unique identifier because there's only one email. And then there's also I want to take advantage of key with splice. So let's put index as a prop as well. So index should be a number. And then index can be passed inside of our right here, where we're calling random user card. And index can be passed here. And now we have access to index. Yeah. And so you're right. All right, so now we press this, it's index at 1, index at 0. So now we can just put our handler here, usually put in a different function, but here we can do const clone equals results. And then because I would like to make a separate entity to kind of change it, because you cannot mutate results without set state. So we make a clone to it, and then we can do clone.splice at the index at 1, because you want to remove 1, and then we set results to, whoops, set results to clone. Whoops, cannot find, all right, you know what, let's actually call it, all right. Just call it remove handler. We're gonna instead pass the remove whole function inside of here instead. I'm gonna call this, and we're gonna type it to a void function. Cool. Where am I using random users? Here. So it's gonna be called remove handler. And we're gonna do the same thing. Const clone results and clone.splice at index 1. And then we're gonna set results to the new clone. And remove. So we can remove all of them. Mr. Jordan. Mr. Jordan's up here. Get 10 more on the bottom. 10 more on the bottom. And we removed. We can do it this way. And I like this method more because filter is using a loop. But I'm sure Splice is using a loop under the hood anyways. But Splice just seems a little bit more, I mean, it's probably like faster, in my opinion. But hold on, I got a cough. Minnie always tells me to mute my mic. I almost failed. 1 second.
Caught yourself, dude. It's
One
good,
second.
man.
Okay, so delete this guy. And then let's use the email, right? So we can actually do. Thanks. I'll watch the rest of my uploads. Okay, later on, Adrian, thanks for joining. So we can actually do it all in one line. Set results to we can get the results, or we can get the previous value that it comes in here, right? But I'd like to use results dot filter at result, and results dot email doesn't equal the email that contact info dot email. I think that should do the same thing, but why is it? Yes, result is a type of unknown. We gotta wrap it in parentheses here. Contact info. Cannot find contact info. I just passed the email. All right, there we go. And the reason why we can do this is because email is unique. I don't think two people can have the same email, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remove and remove. They use the same picture sometimes, so it gets kind of confusing. But those are the two ways that you can do it. I'll leave them both here and I'll push it. For me, I like this one more, to be honest. That's just me. But I want to do, I think that's it for today. But next time we're gonna start on a project. I just want to talk about like the folder structure. We're gonna have assets. So let's just create it here real quick. All right. Let's do it here. Lesson 2 complete. I don't need you. Lesson 3 complete. I don't need you. Libfill. All right, SRC. I know that we're gonna need a components folder. We're gonna need a pages folder. We're going to need a services folder. We're going to need config folder. Utilities. And let me see. Yeah. Routes. That should be good. All right. And the folder structure is already done inside of complete, and that's what we'll work off of next time. So what is one more that I just saw? Routes. So I use this file icon thing. File theme is called material, I think. That's what I use. And I like to use it because it kind of shows me that I'm naming my folders correctly. And because it has like some icons for it, and it's not like I'm the only one that's doing it. And if it's kind of like built in, it kind of makes me feel like that like I'm doing the right thing or naming them correctly, because if anybody looks at the code, they're gonna be like, okay, that's the de facto way to do it. Hold on, file icon theme. So I use material icon theme. It's been very helpful for me. So inside of assets, I'm probably gonna have uh index.ts, and then in here I'm gonna put like images, logos, yeah, turn off my GitHub Copilot. Images, logos, videos, and anything of that nature, fonts. And inside of components, we'll have things like Lego pieces, or we call it UI blocks. Inside of config, we'll have server URLs, language of app, let's say, help our I18N, which is this is a funny thing. You know, guys know internationalization is like 20 letters. So the programmers named it I, and then Interrealization should be 18 letters. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I lied. Okay, wait. Internationalization. Okay, there we go. So it starts with an I. There's 18 letters in between I and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then it ends with N. So a lot of programming things are kind of named like this, right? Like Kubernetes is always called K8 because it's 10 letters. Kubernetes. Anyways, if you guys ever kind of see that naming, but I18N, we're gonna make some kind of like EN version, KO version, and things like that. And this is going to hold like server URLs, language of app, dev mode, or like the app mode. So if it's in like developer mode, we're gonna use localhost, or development mode if it's in prod mode or staging mode. Staging mode, we should have two servers. So one that we're like developing on, like live, and then one prod, which is like the production server. So that's what we're gonna have in there. Pages is going to hold our, pages of our application pages. And then the routes will hold like our browser router or whatever they use in React. Holds router. And services will be for the API calls. API calls here, like with our interceptor and our methods. And then utilities will be utility functions like remove duplicates or make timestamp or make UUID or stuff like that. Oh, and I'm sure we can add more later, but these are the ones that I know that you need. So I'll push this code, and then it would be kind of fun if you guys like went into the SRC of the folder. We're gonna remove all this anyways, but if you guys can play around with the styling of the random user card, so that's going to be on line 28 through oh, this is a big boy, huh? Line 28 through 97. You guys can kind of just like style it how you want. You guys can make classes inside of the app.css or whatever you want, and then put class names if you want. Yeah, but I think that's it for today. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll stay around if you guys want to talk for like another 20 minutes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but we finished what we said we're gonna do. So um let's be proud of ourselves. So we finished 6 tasks. So if you were in like
Pretty good.
company, you'd have we would have gotten rid of like 6 tickets, right? So it's pretty good. And I'll push this up to main now.
Thank you, Jaden. Thank you, Jocelyn. We'll stick around and yeah, just ask Phil any questions. Doesn't have to be about code. It can be about life, anything. We're all here to have a good time.
There you go. No. Thank you, Jaden, for being here. Fast but very informative.
Good, man.
Mm. So like next time I kind of want to get into like using React Query
Mm,
and global state managers and stuff. Not next time, but I mean we're gonna build up to it. And then I kind of want to, go into the community and kind of like ask you guys like, hey, what kind of app do you guys want to make? Like we have to make a CRUD, right? A CRUD, create, read, update, and delete.
mhm.
And what would be like interesting, like maybe it would be maybe we can put maybe we can make like a small little directory of users from Discord, right? And
That'd be
then
pretty
make
cool.
people, and then you kind of the logic of the random users cards, but have people upload a photo and it would be our little like, own little Facebook.
API, stuff.
You know,
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
that'd be kind of fun, maybe.
Yeah,
Any good learning resources that we can spend time on in our own time away from class? I'd say just read the documentation from React and stuff like that because just get familiar and that's like my best advice. Like they have Odin project. That one's good. Or I mean Udemy is always good too.
right.
But just I think the original documentation from where they wrote it is the best, my opinion. But I think we need to if we're going to work, we also need to do a little class on Git as well.
Right.
Yeah. But I hope this was informative. I had fun doing this today.
This was
Except the
good.
skill class.
This is like the first thing I did when I first, joined you.
No, this is the if people are coming in for for as a front end developer, this is the coding test I give.
This one right here. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
yeah. Should
there
we
you
try to
go.
build small projects as well? Yeah,
For sure,
definitely.
100%. Yeah. We
100%.
encourage. Yeah, we
There's like a
encourage you do it. Yeah.
there's like a bunch of free APIs that you can play around with, right? Like
Yeah.
one that I like is Swappy, Star Wars API. You can get like the you can get like all the what is it? Star Wars characters and stuff. Pretty interesting.
I made a like one of my first projects was I used like one of my first React project was I made a Pokedex, dude, with Pokemon API.
Oh yeah, I did that. I did that one too, actually.
That one's fun, dude.
I love Pokemon, dude.
Pokemon too, man.
Pokemon's amazing.
Yeah, but they have too many now.
They have more than 250?
Dude, there's it's like a seven, like 850 now, dude. Like 900.
I don't do that one.
And there's Pokemons like from outer space now. It's like, bro,
I can't
what is going on?
can't do that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's it's too much.
Yeah, a lot of people do Pokedex. I think it's like pretty cool. It's like visually appealing.
And a lot of people know Pokemon, right?
Hmm. Yep, Nintendo. Phil was telling me about this, I think, a couple days ago. Jazz, you like Jazz, Phil?
Yeah, I do. I like well, this is like the jazz album I have, the Take Five one. I have some other ones. But jazz is good to program too.
The coffee drinking. What's your favorite Pokemon gen? The first one, man, with Charizard and Blastoise and what is it, Venusaur? Hey.
You read? How would you go about planning it? There is a video about about that.
Oh
Mini, can
yeah.
you
Yeah.
read
There's
that?
a YouTube video that Phil did. Let me check real quick. I can link it to you here. It's called How to Start Your Coding Project, Ideation to Code. There's two videos that we made about this, actually. I'll link it here, Mustafa. Here. This one, right? Is like and then there's an example of that he did with one of his mentorees. Uh yeah, this one. There's two videos about that we did. There's this one and this one. This is like a good way to plan a small project and then like be right before you actually turn it into code. Watch those two videos. It could help. Definitely. Red? Oh, you talking about like the Game
Red and
Boy
blue.
games? Red and blue? Dude, red and blue is good, but I like yellow personally. I mean,
Oh my God, now you're trying to get all like elitist on us,
dude,
Vinny.
yellow, bro, because you
Oh,
can get all three. You know what I'm saying?
dude, I liked red. You know,
Red. Have you played the gold and silver?
yeah, that's the where I left off.
Yeah, gold and silver was so good because you can do both zones.
I don't know about
Game
that.
was like really long.
Dude, I think I got so good at red that I could beat it in like one day,
Did
you know?
you?
Yeah. But the missing no,
Did no, what is
you know
it?
missing no? It
Yeah,
ruins your
yeah,
whole game.
the rare candy.
Yeah, rare candy or missing no where you go up and down Cinnabar Island and then you see the little did you read the article on there? It's really fun.
No,
So so because they like made their like 151 Pokemon or something, right?
yeah,
The game needed like one more piece of memory or something, and then that's like the I don't know.
that's what it is.
That's what it is. And then
That's pretty cool. They made a they made it so that you can get a rare candy off of them every time.
I have a
I
friend
think
that's
that.
going through all Pokemon games and catching every Pokemon. Some you have to trade for though. Definitely, I remember when you wanted to get Mew, you'd have to go to Toys R Us on a certain day, and they use a little wire,
Mm,
and I don't know. It's it's interesting, but how many people are still in chat, by the way?
15.
Oh wow, I'm so
Someone
happy.
joined right now. Jeffrey joined at
Oh,
the end of
definitely.
class.
I'm so
Yeah,
happy like everyone's staying around because last time it was like like maybe like 4 or 5 people that stayed, right?
yeah. Hmm.
But it's cool. Any like is everyone fine with doing React? I mean, we could do the same project in Svelte and Vue and no, just I'm kidding. I'm kidding, but Svelte is really fun as well, by the way. You see a job that requires a stack you've never used before. Do you make a new product using that stack or just apply with what you have now? Usually if it's an obscure stack, right? They're gonna give you their own training for like how to do it. And you should have some background. So like make a small project and kind of do it like um if it's obscure enough, they're gonna want you to do it their way though. And one thing that I always wanted to try was Elixir and Phoenix. That's always been interesting for me. Elixir. But I think you just go in if it's obscure enough, you go into the interview and say, "Hey, this is what I know I know how to do." And and then after the interview, because you don't want to like over prepare for the interview that you might not even get the job for, right? But I think you go to the interview, you say, "This is what I know," and then what are there any things? And just be honest. Just be like, "Hey, I don't know how to do that yet, but I am a programmer, and you guys are hiring programmers, and well, like, is there anything I need to know before coming here?" Right?
Right.
Hit don't where are you from, anyways? I know Seoul, but what part of Seoul? Hitdong sounds like Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah. That's what I thought when you first joined the Discord. I was like, "Are you a Pokemon fan?"
I'm Kangsagu. I'm actually Korean, by the way. Oh,
That's
안녕하세요.
what's up.
I used to live in Kangsagu in Gachisan for 2 years on a chonse, but it was the worst house I ever lived in. It caused all my problems, guarantee you. Well, I thought it was good because it had a terrace and it was like new and everything.
Mhm.
But do you have any top resources for data structures and algorithms? But it's not, so don't fall for like the terrace and all those like new house stuff. It's
Yeah.
figure's always better and so. Anyways, Jeffrey, I used to use there's a YouTuber named Clement and he has a website called Algo Expert and it's really cheap. Like they have like those like affiliate codes or whatever. And I use Algo Expert because they actually have a video on like each one that you're trying to resolve, like solve, and it was really eye-opening for me. But yeah, I mean, honestly, what kind of jobs are you trying to get, Jeffrey, for DSA? Like that's gonna work with like other than objects and arrays. How can I differ from web dev and algorithm? Because they exactly, that's why I wanted to ask you, like, do you really need to know like linked lists and
Right.
binary trees and stuff like that? Yeah, like on web dev you do not really. Like all you really need to work on are like objects and arrays. Unless you want to create like some fast algorithm like using heaps and Fibonacci heap and stuff. I'm trying to make it to be a Fang chat. Okay, then you need DSA actually. Then you need to get like go to some algo expert or something like that to kind of study all that kind of stuff, I think. But I think if you, I mean, how long have you been coding, Jeffrey? Would it be worth it to learn web dev alongside DSA with a lang like C++? Why not? I mean, if you can handle it. But the most important thing is getting good at one, right? Because everything carries over. And I mean, web dev is always going, you're always going to need web dev, right? And it's only getting bigger. So I've done project in React Native for an internship. Amazing. Did you use Expo or Community CLI? Expo. Expo's gone a lot better. Anyways, need doing some lead code as new programmer. I'd say you have to get through being able to do easies kind of like easily because it's like honestly if you like solve like five of them they become like the same thing. But lead code, I mean, I think everyone wants to grind lead code and stuff like that, but on the job you're not really doing anything like lead codey, right?
I didn't do any leak code, man.
I
Like me
For me,
personally.
I like Code Wars, to
Yeah.
be honest. You know why? Because they have like a prompt that's like a situation, and that's kind
Hmm.
of like what a job is like. And then through that prompt, you kind of have to decipher what you have to do.
Right, right.
And that's much easier for me to do. That's like a real case scenario, like a word problem in like math, I would say. And I like kind of like communication wise, it's better for me because I can like read the prompt and then take my notes while I'm reading and then be like, okay, this is the problem that I need to solve. Yeah. But I mean, DSA and algorithms important. Important if you want to write like fast performant code.
For bank specific jobs, you need to practice leet for interviews, like technical interviews.
Hmm? Wait, which question is it?
Jaden asked, for Fang specific jobs, like, do you need to practice leet for interviews?
Yes, I definitely agree that you need to practice lead for the interviews because um that's like the first line of like defense that they have from like letting someone go in, right?
Yeah.
They have the algorithm, they have the technical interview. But it depends on what job you want, right? When you get there. And if it's like React, I would read the React documentation, the blogs every day, the new hooks that are coming out, be able to hang with the people that are talking about like use imperative handler or use or whatever that like the new like React 19 is using.
Hmm.
Is it on 19 or 20? I'm not sure. But like why they got rid of use callback and use memo and now like the React compiler handles it now and all this kind of stuff. Like I think you have to be like interested in the job that you're gonna get, and that's the most important thing.
It's like a full, it's a boot camp, Tommy.
Do you guys have any tips to some first start coding? Just keep at it, you know? Like the most important thing is consistency and I don't know your age, but to kind of like put something into your brain I think like you're gonna have to not just do it at the boot camp, right? Because what are you gonna do at the boot camp? Like, is it like 5 to 8 hours a day? I mean, to
Right?
put something into your brain, you're gonna have to do things on your own time as well, because that's kind of like the job as well. Coding doesn't come natural and quick to most people. Just be patient with yourself. That is correct. How many hours a week should I actually study for the next 3 months? I mean, I
Subjective.
don't think you can quantify that. Like, it's definitely like how much you want, really. Like, and how much you can handle. Because actually, like, after a certain amount of hours you study, things start going over your head for sure. But 9 to 5, that's what, 8 hours a day, 1 hour lunch, so you get 7 hours. And then in those 7 hours, you probably get like 15-minute breaks on each side. So you're doing like 6.5 hours of code at the boot camp. And
It's a
that's not
lot,
even
man.
consistent, right? Because they're gonna leave you alone in a room. It's not
Hmm.
like the teacher's teaching you the whole time, right? But I would definitely like just be consistent and whatever they give you. Um
I'll say this from my experience, like I picked a project after boot camp that like I really liked. I like video games. So I built this like 2D ball game and like it was so fun for me that I just coded for like the whole day. Like literally like 10 hours and it didn't feel like I was coding.
React need enough or would I also need backend this like 8 months? 15 to 20 should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would not put a number on it. I would just say until you have enough for the day. And network as well a lot. And Mustafa 8, React be enough. Yeah, React is enough for a front end internship, but I would definitely make like simple Express servers or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm going to with this React project, I'm going to use Molecular
Mm.
instead of Express. I like microservices and Molecular is a good like backend framework that I use. And I'll think about when we can start that. Second. Um, but Molecular, maybe you'll get some like I think for a front end developer, you should know how the back end is serving the data and like why maybe adding one key to like this server like this like server response is going to like be so much work and understand both sides so you can kind of give like a context of the work on both sides, I guess. That's all I have to say. I'm trying to get started with building a gym tracker app. That's awesome. Are
Like
you into
step counter?
exercising, Jeffrey? Because I think Minnie and I were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Because Sick Logic and I have been messaging each other about our workouts and stuff. But to turn that into a
So
channel, I think that would be kind of cool, where we
yeah,
can kind
we're gonna have that ready for you, Sick
of.
Logic, and like this week. We're just like trying to find out the rules on it and stuff. So, we'll see.
Because
But
I think. Oh,
let me
sorry to
take a
cut you
photo
off.
real quick of you.
Yeah.
Smile, dude. There you go.
All right. But Minnie is jacked.
I'm not, dude. Not anymore, man.
Wait. Can I?
Project.
So there was a time when I was young. Um,
This is on YouTube, by the way. I'm not editing any of it out. So
really? Oh,
yeah,
uh, wait.
third class.
There was a time where I was kind of built, you know. There you go. I'll stop that now. But Corona messed me up, man, to be honest. And I'm getting back in shape now. But the gym is amazing. I'm gonna go hit the gym after this, actually. But yeah. Is it, dude, where do you check how many people are in here, dude?
I just have it like the participants.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, we still have 14 in here.
I'm glad everyone's chilling, dude.
Yes,
I,
sir.
I hope. Dang, I'm learning 100x more here than wandering the internet for the whole. Yeah, aimlessly, good stuff.
That's what's
That's
up, man.
awesome. I think the man, he came into the server recently, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm glad he's here,
We're
dude.
gonna there's a lot of learning tools that we're making like in the works right now.
Yeah,
Like we can't really say too much about it, but like we'll release it, when the time comes.
that's right.
Stick around. It's gonna help
And
everyone.
honestly, just messages like from the man right now, it makes me very happy about like what we're doing here, Minnie. To be
For
honest,
sure. Yeah,
like,
definitely. It's fulfilling for Phil.
and honestly, like no teacher's like really bad. It's just like you gotta find the right teacher. You know what I mean? Does
Mm-hmm.
that make sense? So thank you. That's validating, and I want to keep doing this. Like it keeps me going. But if it's a good match, I mean, then like I'm gonna work harder to make this like more. What's the word I'm looking for? In depth or like
Yeah.
more. I'll try to explain a little like in detail. But I want to like whoever's in Korea, I want to like meet up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Hitdong, if you're in Korea, you're in Gangsa. I'm in
I'm
Umpyeong-gu.
ready. Yeah, yeah. We'll set something up like an event maybe at the end of the year or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Also like if we just wanted to kind of like go into a channel like lounge and hang out and
Yeah, for
turn
sure.
our
That'd be awesome.
webcams on or something and have some chicken and beer.
That'd be pretty cool, man.
Um,
I mean, we have all the a lot of activities planned out. If you guys have any suggestions or like if you guys want to hang out too, just go into the lounge. Me and Phil will always hang out in the lounge at around 12 hours from now.
like tonight I'm gonna be working
Tonight.
at like 9, so it's
Mm-hmm.
11 right now, but around like after I put my baby to sleep around 9 p.m. Korean time, I'm in the lounge sharing my screen doing my outsourcing work. I'm
Yeah.
working on a chatbot if you guys want to look at that. It's pretty, I mean, it's me just figuring things out, but I'm working on something with LangChain.
Mm.
And LangChain is a new LLM thing that puts a system prompt or context into the conversation. And I have to finish that by Wednesday. That's my deadline.
Oh yeah, bonus points to you guys if you check out the new video.
Dude,
And
wait, which video? The
the no one cares about your coding projects. That's a good one, man,
Yeah,
for
and
you guys.
honestly, like I don't want to ask you guys for too much, right? But a comment goes a great way, to be honest. Just like a comment, say like thanks or what's up. Oh, Doom 3. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That Doom 3 code is looking really beautiful, you know?
Yeah. We looked at it, we're like, we don't know nothing.
I don't know, but it looks pretty. It
It
looks
look
pretty.
it looks good, yeah.
Like, like the what like horizontal spacing like in Prisma. I like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks. Appreciate that. We want to bring out like the best content that we can
Yeah,
at this level, right? And it's growing
definitely.
fast, to be honest. But we'll always remember like this is like the OGs right here, the originals.
The OGs, yeah.
Yeah.
The first 1,000 hits different, dude. First 1,000 in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But yeah, we have so many good things planned out. We have like not just Phil, but we got like a bunch of speakers and lecturers coming into the community.
Like
You know,
marketers, right?
yeah, yeah.
Um designers.
Designers. We got like editors, marketers, um, the other languages other than JavaScript as well. Different fields, not just web dev, like just to give like lectures, you know. So we'll see, man. Like I think it's gonna be pretty sick. It's good for networking as well. This place is gonna definitely be the best place for network in 2025. Calling it
Definitely.
right now, you know what I'm saying?
Quick Logic saying I can't wait until we see like where everyone is in from a year from now,
100%, yeah. Yeah, for
Next
sure.
year, September. Next year, my birthday.
That's gonna be crazy, dude.
Things gonna be different, man.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like we do want to also like go to US, me and Phil.
Yeah.
Like I know most of you guys are in US, maybe some of you guys aren't, but like we want to go to US and maybe like see you guys there, you know what I'm saying?
Get like an Airbnb and then you guys
Yeah.
can come by actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really getting my ass kicked. No, not no, 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 no. Not about kicking ass in boxing. It's just about running circles around people.
Yeah, yo, you guys ever checked out the music, the AI music? There's a lot of Phil sparring and you know punishment in there. It's pretty cool.
Remember when we sparred, Minnie?
Yeah, dude. And then you say you're not gonna hit back. And then you tagged me, dude.
That's fight sparring. That's
Yeah.
what it says.
Don't
No,
like spar with Phil, dude.
I tapped you though, dude. Come on.
There was one punch though, like into the chest. That was like not a tap. I think it was like a response, dude. Like you just had to get it in, dude.
No. Uh, yeah. Well, it was just so wide open. I thought you would block it. That's it.
Thank you. I can't hit you for some reason, bro.
You gave me a black eye that day, dude. What are you talking about?
But I don't want to like I just like I can't do it, man. Can use hooks and code and IRL. That's a good line right there.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm excited to have all these new people in here, man. Thank you
definitely.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Hope you're
Like,
learning a lot.
and I really want to like make this happen more often, like
Definitely.
do things like this and then we all chill for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like chilling. What kind of if you guys could build anything, right? Like if we turn this project, this React Free JS course, the React project, like maybe I don't know, what kind of CRUD system could we make? Do you know? Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe we could do the workout thing, like where we can put in like, oh no, no, we're gonna use the Discord thing, right? We're gonna make the Discord user cards.
That'd be pretty
Have
cool, yeah.
people sign up. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, never mind.
Yeah, also like if you guys take what Phil gives here and then like do your own projects, and like share it in the Discord, it's a very good way I think for people to give you feedbacks and also for us to like improve it even and
Mm,
just it's like a good show and tell as well. So don't be afraid to share your, projects here.
definitely.
Yeah. We got to do that more to be honest. It'd be nice. I think
Yeah. No matter how small or big it is, just
definitely, yeah.
put it up and have people, because it's all about like it's not like criticism, it's just like
No.
words of advice.
Also, I feel like this Discord there's no haters, man.
Yeah.
Like I think people will give you good feedbacks and good compliments.
I would definitely learn like basics of SQL, like join and things like that, just so you can have it in your tool belt. And database is definitely very important because you have to know how the data is saved. And I think a part about databases is you're creating your entities. So whatever you send, like it's not just sending that payload. It's like, okay, how is this being saved and how is it being found later? And that's very important. And SQL, you have to know like the basics of SQL because most times recently in like companies, you're probably using an ORM or like Sequelize or type ORM, and those are wrappers around SQL. So before you use those, you should probably know like the bare SQL kind of like stuff too. Community's sick, dude. I like it.
Yes, man. It's good to have like like-minded individuals in one place.
Hmm.
I've been to, I'm in a bunch of coding discords, man, and left field hits different, dude. I'm telling you. It's great, man.
The welcome crew. Oh
The
my,
welcome crew is pretty nuts, dude.
so good. The, I
Have you
think this
noticed? Yeah, go ahead.
it's just like we're like Minnie and I are always trying to like sit and brainstorm about how, like, what are we gonna offer when they come into the server, right? Like,
Yeah.
what value are we gonna add? Because it's not just about like getting the numbers up for us, right? It's
Right.
about helping
Exactly.
other people, to be honest. This or like, I know that sounds cheesy, whatever, but I think the only way we can succeed is by adding value, and that's like the honest truth, right?
100%.
We talked about it earlier today. Like the most successful people are the ones that want to help other people, right?
100%. Yeah. Oh, I like these comments, man.
Yeah.
Discord message. Yeah, for sure, man. And then Jaden, we appreciate you being here. Sick Logic, one of the OGs. I think Six Logic's been here like since July or something.
Dude, I remember because when we first opened the Discord server or whatever, right? Sick Logic was, I think, one of the first ones. I think he
One of the
asked,
OGs.
it was the voice channel. We told people to meet us in there.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me, like, he was like really like warm to me, and he was like, "How's your baby?" And I was like, "Dude, thanks," you know? Right? I think that was like a question.
Yeah.
I try to remember everything, man, to be honest. But
Yeah, so like eventually I
all
think
right.
me and Phil, we want to see like the wins channel, like we want to see it pop off, with a bunch of wins from everyone.
Yeah.
Like that'd be cool, man. Whether you get jobs, whether you, I don't know, successfully get users on your apps, anything, dude. Whether you lost like 30 pounds, who knows, man. They're all wins, man. And
I
we
lost
want like,
20.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
but
that'd be pretty
especially
sick.
Hitdong. I want to kind of connect with the people in Korea as well. Hitdong, I think
Mm-hmm.
if you're on here at 11:13, are you working from home or are you still looking for a job? There's definitely jobs around, right? In Korea.
That
Yeah, I'm still looking for a job with 0 years of experience. Oh, I see.
understand.
Um, Definitely like I'm down to do like physical meetups too, like at a cafe and code if that's ever interesting for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can go on Tangen Market and then like make a little coding. Because I used to be in um
Yo,
nothing
I
that
got a I got a good idea for that. I think we should make a meetup, right?
yeah, I think we should make a meetup too. But honestly not like a meet and greet or whatever. Or I mean I don't want to like put myself on a pedestal like that or whatever. I just go to a cafe and code, coffee and code. That's always interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a group Hitdong called that I'm in. I stopped by their meetup last week. Let me see here. And I think it'll be interesting for you. I will try to, it's called Soul Tech Meetup. And there's a bunch of Rust developers there. And it's interesting there. Soul Tech Meetup, there's 24 people. And and definitely Hitdong. I want to kind of do some physical stuff, physical meeting stuff too. And code at a cafe, take over a cafe, get some Americanos,
That'd be
turn
sick,
coffee
man.
into code, you know. But
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna have a lot of projects and stuff too, like for Leadville. It's coming, those days are coming.
Leadville website,
Leadville
just a
website,
little
yeah.
plug there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
because
Morelli.
in the Discord server, we turn this if we turn this random users or users like Leadville users project and we add that as a feature inside of our Leadville website, that way you can say like everyone's helped on this Leadville website and it can go on like, many resumes or whatever, right?
That helps a lot,
Yeah.
especially 0 years. Like, I think one of the reasons why I was able to get a job quick is because I made some websites, and even if you get $1 for it, like no one in the interview is gonna be like, "How much you get paid for that?"
Just say
Because
that
you got
and
paid
it
for it.
changes something in your mind because it's like coding for free is not the business, man. Coding,
Yeah, exactly. You gotta
coding.
get that cheddar, dude.
But I mean, it's not. Can't find Soul Tech Meetup. I think it's just a Kako channel. Um, It used to be the Rust meetup. But on the meetup app, there's one meetup crew called Code Soul. Have you
Hmm.
heard of it? Hito?
Man, we're gonna surpass all these meetups, dude.
We are. And honestly, whenever I go to these
Stick
places,
around. Yeah.
everyone is so like
Yeah.
everyone just wants to be better than everybody else, you know? Each
Just
other. And
hit them,
I
just stick around. We're gonna make our own soon, dude. You know?
yeah. No, I don't want to. Yeah. Anyways.
All right, boys. I think
All
that's
right.
about it for today.
Yeah,
See you
dude,
next week.
I will prepare I'll prepare the next meeting
Yes, sir.
and I look forward to it.
All right, guys. Then I'll take care, okay? See you guys next week. This is the conclusion for lesson 3. See you in lesson 4.
Thank you.
All right.